Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a slot machine house. You guys have been requesting this ever since I made a claw machine house, and ever since I made my arcade machine house. You guys have been requesting this one like crazy, and I have finally delivered. I hope that you guys like this. I think it looks pretty cool. It has a little bit of a Minecraft spin on it. Pun intended. By the way, if you do like this house, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop it a like, because you guys have been requesting it so much. I'd really love it if you could give this video a like. Also, comment down below, what else do you want me to make next, whether that be a theme house like this, or anything else that you may or may not have in your head. Following me on Twitter, you can do the exact same thing at TSMC 360. Check out the card system, check out the description below for my awesome theme house tutorial playlist. You'll find loads in there exactly like this. Awesome theme builds that you don't really see in Worlds every day. That's more than enough talking. Why don't we actually build this thing? So, to make your slot machine, here's what you're going to need. You will need some glowstone, some sea lanterns, grab stone slabs, some red stained clay, grab cyan stained clay, black wool, light grey wool, red wool, and yellow wool. We'll also need quite a few more materials later on, but we'll just have to grab them as we need them. So once you do have each one of those materials, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, and you don't need a massive amount of space for this build. It's not very wide, although it is quite tall. Well, once you've figured out where you do want to make it, you're going to want to kick it off with a row of 9 black wool in a row on the floor. That'll be 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then, on top of this 9th block, go up by 2. That's 1 and 2. Go right of that second block by 7 with your stone slabs, and you want to go right of the top half. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do a black wool, connect it down to the ground, and then go right of that black wool by 8. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. You then want to go up on top of that 8th block by 9. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you should have something which should look a little bit like this. And what you now want to do is this. So you can come all the way back over to this opposite side, this very first block that we placed, and on top of this block you can actually go up by the same. You can go up by 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then what you want to do is you want to fill the very first 2 rows of this in with light grey wool. So going from like left to right, just fill in the first 2 rows with light grey wool. It'll put you even up with the center part of the slot machine where we have the slabs. What you then want to do is you want to take the very first 2 rows of your slot machine, and you want to extend those 2 rows forward in front of the build by 1 row. So like I'm doing now, like you'll take this very bottom row of black on either side, and then you'll take the row of black and light grey on either side and extend it towards you by 1 row. Slot machines tend to have feet, and that's what these things are. You then want to connect the feet together, end block to end block, the 2 inwards end blocks together with a row of stone slabs, like this. And what you can do, and we are jumping the gun on this just a little bit, what you can do is behind this row of slabs that we have right here, if you like, you can place a couple of rows of glowstone, if you like, and you just want to make like a reception area for where the coins would fall out, or whatever's going to be falling out of your slot machine. And you can do a couple of rows of glowstone, and you can just encase those in like a row of cyan stained clay, and you can also destroy the ground underneath it, and this is where the entrance of the slot machine house will be eventually. Now, I haven't designed an interior to this, and I'm not sure that I even want to, but if there is enough demand, I might do one, and I'm not even promising that I'll do that. I might do one, but there we go. That is what the bottom part of your slot machine should look like at the moment. And to give you a rough idea of how the rest of it's going to turn out, you want to, starting from this very top left hand black wool here, you want to do a row of yellow all the way to the rest of it, all the way to the next of it, and to the right of it I should say. Then you want to take this bottom yellow block, you want to extend it all the way to the right, it'll take a second or two, then run it all the way up the left hand side of that row of black that you have on the right. And then later on, and we'll do some of it now just to give you a general idea of what the colour scheme is going to look like, although you saw the slot machine at the beginning of the video, so I'm sure there is no surprise otherwise what this thing is actually going to end up looking like is going to be mainly yellow and red, but you can change the colours if you like. A different colour combination that might look crazy as well is orange and green. I wanted to actually kind of do that, but my arcade machine is already orange and green, so I figured, hey, we'll probably change things up. Purple and yellow, that'd look good as well. Orange and purple, maybe? I don't know. Choose the colours that you like, maybe even a blue. But that is the bottom part of the front of our slot machine. And once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So come all the way up to the very left hand side of this row of black that we have. And you want to, on top of this top black wall, you want to place a light grey wall. Extend that light grey towards you by 3. 1, 2, 3. You then, it's easier if you look sideways like this. You then want to do an upright diagonal, kind of like coming forwards. Then you want to go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you want to go left towards the center of the machine by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, if you like, just to make sure that we can actually do this, guys, if you like, you can then place a black wool on top of this, and then we'll deal with that later. Actually, we'll deal with it now. And once you place that black wool, you can actually go up on top of this black by 18. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And from this 18th block, what you actually want to do is, like, towards the back of the machine, diagonally, you want to place a black wall. And go up on top of that black wall by 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Then do an upright diagonal. And go up by 2. 1, 2. Then do 2 upright diagonals. That's 1, 2. Go right by 2. Then do an upright diagonal and go right by 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Go right by 2, that's 1, 2. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, that will be 1 and 2. Then go down by 2, 1, 2. Do a bottom right diagonal and go down by 3. That's 1, 2, and 3. You then want to do a diagonal coming towards you from this block, and then you can start going down. And I do believe that you have to go down by 18. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I really do hate building downwards. We then want to do a light grey wool underneath it, then take that light grey wool and go out in front of it by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to go down from that block by 3, that's 1, 2, and 3. We then want to do an inwards diagonal going back towards the machine, and then we want to go right of that diagonal until we connect all the way back to the black wall of the machine. And there you have the front outline of your slot machine. It wants to look exactly like this. It kind of almost looks like a really weird looking chair at the moment. Well, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So, what we want to do is we want to take this corner light grey wool. So this light grey wool that we have on the corner, so before we start going towards the machine, we want to take this light grey wool, and you want to do this. You want to go right of it by 3 with the light grey wool, that's 1, 2, 3. Then you want to extend that third block inwards by 1, so you kind of just want to add a notch in your row of light grey. We then want to take this first initial light grey, and we want to go right of it by 6, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then take that notch and then extend it towards the slot machine by 1. Then take this 6th block once again, go right of it again by a further 6, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, extend it towards the machine by 1. Then take this 6th block once again and take it to the right by 6 again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, extend it to the machine by 1, and then go to the right until you connect all the way to the opposite side of the machine. I'm doing a really bad job here, but you want to end up with something that should look a little bit like that. And that's great. What we can now do is this. So we want to take each one of those light grey walls that we have just extended forwards towards the machine by 1, and we want to extend them forwards by a further 4 each. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, then, come on, 1, 2, 3, 4, They're so far away. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to go up on top of each one of those 4th light grey walls by 11 with the cyan stained clay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or an easier way to do it is this. So we'll take this 11th block that we have here on the right hand side. We'll connect it all the way over to the opposite side. So we'll connect it all the way down to this other light grey wall that we have on this opposite side here. Like this. And then we will take each one of the light grey walls in between the end ones that we were going to count up on top of, and we will just simply connect them to this top row that we have right now. So now we have the same thing, except it was easier to build. We then want to connect the bottom cyan stained clays together with a row of glowstone. And we want to connect the row underneath the top row together with a row of glowstone to keep everything nice and bright. Like that. We will then, once you've got that taken care of, we'll talk about the rest of the insides of those. Those are the things that like line up and you get prizes. We'll talk about that later. Well, once you've got those taken care of, continuing on, we want to, starting from the top left-hand corner here of this cyan stained clay rectangle we have, we want to move right and find the second block in, so above this very first left-hand glowstone. We want to go up on top of this block by 1 with the red wall, and then by 5 with your sea lanterns. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to take the second sea lantern you placed, go right of it by 1. Do an upright diagonal, then 2 bottom right diagonals, that's 1 and 2. Go up on top of that second bottom right diagonal by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. That's a W. We then want to take the very bottom right hand corner of the W, go right of it by 2 with the red wall, that's 1, 2. We then want to go right by 3 with the sea lanterns, that's 1, 2, 3. We then want to take the center sea lantern, go up on top of it by 4, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we want to extend that left and right each by 1 to give you an eye. We then want to take the very bottom right hand corner of the eye, we want to go right of it by 2, that's 1, 2, with the red wool I should say. Then we want to do a sea lantern going right of that red wool, and then go up on top of that by 4 with the sea lanterns, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We then, from this 4th block, want to do, 1, 2, 3, we want to do 4 bottom right diagonals, so that'll be 1 in this position, then 2, 3, and 4. And then on top of the 4th diagonal, you want to go up by, do you guys know? That's 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you want to have something which should look a little bit like that. So here we have a win right above the little pictures for the slot machine. Well, once you've got that taken care of, we would now want to move on to the next bit. So we're now going to fill in the machine, like the parts where you have like the buttons where you like stop the images moving and all of that stuff, and we're also going to do the part where you add coins in. So first of all, you just want to fill the left and right hand sides of the machine in with cyan stained clay. So the left and right hand sides you just want to fill in with cyan stained clay. The right hand side's a little bit more complicated than just cyan stained clay, but we'll talk about that in a second because we don't have the materials we need for it. Each one of these center parts here is quite easy to do. What you want to do is you want to have a square of stone slabs right in the center of the little button area that we have here. So we want to have a square of stone slabs, and then we want to have 2 rows of red stained clay inside of this area. So we want to have 2 rows of red stained clay, and then we want to build up around the base of the red stained clay so you only have half of the button showing. Like that. So you only want to have half of the button visible. You want to have that for the first one, and you want to have that for the second, third, and fourth, and what have you. And if you do want to save yourself some building, you can just build up the row of half slabs in the correct position initially, and it's easier if you already have like one button done, because then you know how to do it, and then you can add the red stained clay. So if you like, you can just jump the gun a little bit, and you don't have to place the first initial row of slabs, and you can then just place the red stained clay in the center of it like that. So that's the stone, and then there we have the red stained clay, and there you have each one of the 3 buttons, and that's how you like stop them from spinning and all of that fun stuff. If you guys have ever been on like a little fruit machine, then you'll know the concept of it. Well, once you've got that taken care of, we do need something else. We do need another material, and we can get rid of glowstone and sea lanterns for a little bit, and we can grab ourselves, oh, we need quite a few. We'll grab ourselves some stone brick stairs. And we want to, On the right hand side here, where we have these 2 rows of cyan stained clay, we want to, on the very end of the right hand row, we want to place a stone brick stairs. Then leaving a gap of 2, we want to place another stone brick stairs facing the opposite direction. We want to destroy the 2 center blocks between these, and then underneath the 2 blocks that you just destroyed in the ground, we want to have a row of black wool. So that is where you would insert the coins for the actual, for the slot machine. Well, once you've got that taken care of, we will now need another 2 materials, and we'll need ourselves some red sandstone stairs and some red sandstone slabs. And you guys don't know this, but the pictures, like the actual pictures that will line up and stuff and you win the prizes, will be in these 2 positions, and this is a bit difficult to do. They will be in this position, like right in the center. So you want to basically construct this. You want to have an upside down red sandstone stair in this position, and this is on the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 5th cyan stained clay up, and then above that you want like the opposite facing stair. And you want to, going right of each one of these, you want to have a row of 1, 2, and 1, 2 red sandstone slabs. So that's a little arrow showing you which prize you've actually won, and that's on the right, and on the left, can you guys remember, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we want to have a stair facing this direction. It's this direction. Come on, place it. And then above it, we want the opposite direction as well. That's so silly of me there. And then we want to do 1, 2 slabs, 1, 2 slabs, and there you have 2 little arrows pointing to where you've actually won your prize. Now, once you've got that taken care of, we can now move on to the next bit. So the next bit's quite easy. We want to, on the under part of you know, the bit where you put the coins in and the bit with the buttons, you want to, on the under part of this, you want to have a row of yellow wool that runs alongside the row of light grey wool that you have on the left, and a row of yellow on the right that also runs next to the row of light grey. And then you want to fill in the area that you would actually be able to see in between them with your red wool. So you just want to fill this in, this area that I'm just highlighting now, in with the red wool. It shouldn't take you too long, so I'm just going to add this, and then we will be done with it. Give me a second. And we also want to do the same thing here, so we have 3 rows of red to fill in, and this will be the lower half of the machine pretty much complete. We do also have to fill in the 2 sides of this little ledge that you have for the machine, where you have the controls and stuff like that. We'll also have to fill the little ledge in, but it's quite easy, and you'll end up with something that should look a little bit like that. And on the sides of the machine, it wants to look like this. So on the sides of the machine, you can basically just fill in the sides with black wool. That's all you have to do. Just fill in the sides with black wool. That's all you want. You don't need to do any more. You don't need to do any less. I figured that I'd include this and just clarify to you guys that that is exactly what you want to do. Nice and simple. Well, once you've got that filled in, we should probably fill in the picture parts of this actually before we move on to anything any complicated. So to fill in the pictures, we'll need a whole host of materials. We'll need ourselves some quartz. We need that for every single one of them. And for the first picture, we're going to need some brown wool. We'll need some white wool, pink wool, light grey, and we will need some black, and I don't think we need anything else. So for this first picture, on the left hand side, above this row of glowstone that we have on the left, we want to have a row of 2 blocks of quartz. That's 1, and this will be 2. For the next picture, going from left to right, we want to have a brown wool, white wool, pink wool, white wool, brown wool. For the next row, we want to do 2 brown, then 1 white, 2 brown. For the next row, 1 white, 1 black, then 1 brown, 1 black, 1 white, and then for the next row we want to have 2 brown, 2 light grey wool, then 1 brown. And there you have a little cow's face. Oh, we also want to fill the remaining 2 rows in with block of quartz like that. Whoops, my bad. And there you have a cow face. Kind of cute, isn't it? You can exchange this face for any other face that you want, or a diamond, or block of gold, or whatever. On the right, in the middle slot, we want to, going from left to right, first do 2 rows of block of quartz, like this, and you want to have the top 2 rows block of quartz as well. So since I want to get rid of the materials, just make the bottom 2 rows block of quartz, and also make the top 2 rows block of quartz in each individual remaining section. So we've just done it to the middle, and we've just done it to the right hand side, because for this middle bit, we're going to need lime wool, green wool, black wool, and we'll need a little bit of cyan stained clay. So starting on this second row of quartz, going from left to right, we want to do 1 lime wool, 1 black, 1 lime, 1 black, 1 lime. For the next row, we want to do 2 lime, 1 black, 2 lime. For the next row, we want to do 2 black, 1 lime, 2 black. For the next row, 1 black, 1 cyan stained clay, 1 lime, 1 cyan stained clay, 1 black. Now, that's supposed to be a creeper face. Kinda difficult to tell, honestly, but it's a creeper face. Change it if you like. And for the last one, we'll need some pink wool, magenta wool, we'll also need white, and we'll need black. So in this final section, going from left to right, first of all, we just want to do a row of pink. Then for the next row, we want to do 1 pink, 1 magenta, 1 pink, 1 magenta, 1 pink. Then for the next row, going from left to right, we'll do 1 white, 1 black, 1 pink, 1 black, 1 white. Then for the last row, a row of pink wool, like that. So there you have each one of the 3 pictures inside of the little slot machine, and of course, you can make those any pictures you want, you can customize them how you like, that's completely up to you. Let's talk about the rest of the machine. So the rest of the machine, the front of it is quite easy to fill in. Bordering the black wool that we have going all the way around the edge of the machine, we want to have a row of yellow. So just do a row of yellow going all the way around the inside of the black wool of the outer part of the machine. It's a little outline that just needs filling in. You just want to do yellow wool on the inside of it, and then you just want to fill the rest of it in with red wool. So that's yellow, red wool inside of that. Well, once you've got that taken care of, we do have a couple of things that remain. So to continue on, we'll need some black wool, we'll need some grey wool, we'll need some pink wool, we will also need some redstone, some block of redstone, and we'll also need some stone slabs, if I can find them. I'm in the wrong tab, aren't I? Perfect. So you want to come all the way up to the very top center of the machine. Can you see where you have the 3 sea lanterns just below you, right? So you want to, coming inwards from this row of black wool, in line where you have the 3 sea lanterns, you want to have a row of 3 black wool coming inwards from the center block. That's the easiest way to do it, just line it up with the 3 sea lanterns that you have directly below you. You then want to take this row of black wool that you've just done, and you want to extend it inwards by a further 2 rows, so that'll be 1 and 2. You then want to do a row of stone slabs on top of that second row. Then coming inwards from that row of 3 stone slabs, you want to have 3 rows of block of redstone. So that'll be 1 row, 2 row, 3 row. Then on top of these rows, add an additional row of redstone like this. You then want to do a layer of stone slabs going all the way around the base of the redstone like this. So you want to have something which should look like that. And that's just the little alarm on top of the machine. Very, very easy to do. Well, once you've got that taken care of, we do have something else to add here on the right hand side. So if you want to come all the way down to about the middle right hand side of your machine, and can you see where we have this light grey wool? On top of it, we have the massive row of black. Well, going right of this light grey wool, with your black wool, you want to do a row of 5 black, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once you've done your row of 5, you can actually go right by a further 3, that's 1, 2, 3. And the reason that I made the distinction is because you now want to go in front of this row of 3 by an additional 1, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So that row of 3, extend it outwards by 1. Take this third block, do a bottom right diagonal from it, and go down by 2, 1, 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal from it, go left by 2, do an up left diagonal, go up by 2. Then grab yourself some light grey wool, I actually forgot about this, and you want to fill this little square in with light grey wool. Then take this very center block where you have this square of light grey and place a dark grey wool coming out from it. You then want to do an up right diagonal with your light grey wool, like an outward diagonal coming out of the right, and you want to go up on top of that block by 15 with your light grey. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then do a dark grey wool on top, and then go up by 4 with your red wall. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You then want to extend this fourth block, these two middle blocks, to the right by 1, in front of you by 1, left of you by 1, and backwards by 1. You can then replace the top middle block on the front with a pink wall. So that row of 2 that you extended out with, destroy that top block and replace it with pink wall. Once you've done that, all we have to do now is establish the shape of your slot machine, and this is quite easy. So once you've got that taken care of, what you want to do next is you want to come right down to the very bottom 2 corners of your slot machine. You want to take the bottom 2 corners of the machine and you want to extend them backwards each by 18 with your black wall. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And you want to extend that same corner backwards by 18 on the opposite side, or alternatively, what you can do is you can drag that row of 18 to the right and then connect it all the way to the front of your slot machine where you think it will connect, and we've managed to get it right like that. And what we then want to do is we want to take the back 2 corners of the slot machine and we want to extend them upwards, all the way upwards, until they correspond with the rows of black that we have on the front. So you can see that we've extended them up until it is even with this row of black that we have on the front, and then we can just connect it to the front like this. See, we were 1 block off. And you want to do the same on the opposite side. So we'll take this corner and we'll extend it upwards until we think that it is in line with the front of the machine. And this saves a hell of a lot of counting. And then we'll take this block that we have on the front of the machine, we'll extend it backwards until, see, I was 1 block out again, until it is in line with the front of the machine. And then what we can do is this back corner block here, we can from this corner block do an upright diagonal. We can go up by 2. 2 upright diagonals, 1 and 2. We can go right by 2. We can then do an upright diagonal. Then we can go right by 12. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can then do a bottom right diagonal and go right by 2. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, that is 1 and then that is 2. And then we can go down by 2 and we will have connected all the way to the back opposite side like that. What do we have to do next? You might be wondering to yourselves. Well, this next bit is incredibly easy and irritating. This bit is not fun at all. So what are we going to be doing? You might be wondering to yourselves. So now we have to fill in the entire front rest of the machine in with red wool. And we want to fill the entire back of the machine. We want to connect the front, the back, fill in the back, fill in the sides with black wool. The front will be red, the sides, back, top, everything on here will be black. I'm going to be back in just a second once I've actually done that. Now this will take me quite a long time. It might even take me 20 minutes, but it has to be done. So I'm going to fill all that in. I expect you guys to do the same, and well, we'll meet back here once it's done and we'll exchange war stories. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is what your slot machine house should look like once it's been 100% fully filled in. And trust me when I tell you that takes a while. I don't know how far through you guys are right now, but I'm pretty sure that took me somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes. So you want to fill in the left-hand side, the right-hand side, the back, and the top. There we go, in with black wool. That'll take you a while. And the easiest side of all, which is, of course, pretty much just the top half of the front, you want to fill in with red. Very easy. Nothing complicated about it whatsoever, but it does take quite some time. But you do end up with this awesome looking slot machine house. And not only did I fill this in for you, I also created an entrance so we can actually see what the inside this thing would look like. I haven't furnished it at all, but the inside of the slot machine, I designed it so that the front entrance, the way that you get in, is just in the like little dispensary tray here at the bottom. You just have to make 2 holes so you can actually walk through. And as you can see, the inside this thing is absolutely huge. The inside of this is absolutely massive, so you could do inside the space whatever you want. You could do whatever you want to do. You can turn this into a giant house, you can turn it into a really small house, you can do whatever you want inside of here. You could even have a little theme park or a roller coaster centering around the slot machine. So just to show you, that's the interior. Like I said, I haven't designed an interior, I hadn't really planned on it, I don't know if I even want to. I might think about it if there's enough of a request to do it, but I might also just not as well. But that is the slot machine 100% fully completed. Hopefully you guys like this build. I hope you do, because I love this. I love this series where we're doing kind of like these arcade machines and these slot machines and these claw machines. It's really, really cool stuff. Hopefully you guys like it. If you do, please do drop this video a like. I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below, what else should I make next? I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Follow me on Twitter at TSMC360. Keep up to date with videos, talk to me, comment, let me know what you want to see next. Do all that fun stuff over Twitter. Much easier to get in contact with me there. Check out the card system. Check out the description below. You'll be able to find all kinds of cool playlists and cool builds in there. I mean, I'm not sure if we can see into the background, but you might be able to see in the very, very distance there, we have an arcade machine house, and I'll be sure to link that in the card system in some way or another. And I suppose that is absolutely everything, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you do love this build, and I will see you in the next video. I look forward to seeing what you guys want me to build next.